Hey guys, as you can see, I'm kind of pumping out these rocket reviews, but it's cool. This is a kit that kind of just caught my eye. I never heard of it before. It just looks really wild, so I just thought I'd get it. This is the Estes Space Corps Lunar Scout. It was about $12. It flies on the really small, the tiny, the T class engines. Those are like, um, I think they're around 13 millimeters, 12 millimeters, somewhere around there. But anyways, just looks really crazy. So let's open it up and check. Here are all the parts included. As you can see, something very unique. There's no balsa. I just want to look at this. This is like all the cutout. What's this? This is like heavy cardstock, I think, is what they call this material. And they usually use it for like motor rings and stuff, and like some small details I've had on some rockets. But yeah, this whole thing is made out of these, which is pretty unique, pretty interesting. Also, you'll notice there's no nose cone. So, I mean, yeah, I think it's just open air recovery. If you look at this right here, as you can see, 4-inch length, about there, 200-foot apogee on the most powerful motor we can take. Actually, I wonder if the A3, I bet the A3 will take it higher because it burns longer, but I'm not too sure. Um, I mean, it's small, but as you can see, recovery featherweight. So it just comes down, tumbles down, which is kind of standard for like the really tiny rockets of this scale. But this one just looks extra unique. And I do have a motor for it that I have like nothing else to fly it on. So that'd be fun. So here's the instruction manual. Quite detailed, quite a bit of stuff. This is a big like cardboard ring. It's very small. Like, what's that like? That's like 1-2 centimeters, 1.5 maybe. But yeah, I mean, that's just really interesting kit. I want to see what it looks like. I'm thinking I might paint this first because look at all the details here. It's going to be hard to paint um, all assembled. So I might paint this first, but we'll see how we deal with this. So let's go into the build. Oh, and really quick, this is what's included in the bag. There's decals. I'm not gonna open this up real quick at the moment, just because I don't want to lose that. That's the launch lug. It's tiny. You can see the decals on here. They're like solar panel detailing stuff, all that. Fair bit of detail. I mean, this is kind of like this is just a really unique kit. That's all I'm going to say. All right, now to the video, to the build. Okay, let's talk about this episode's build. The first part is removing all these cardstock bits. Hated this, I'm not gonna lie. This is like the worst part of the build by far. Honestly did not like working with the cardstock at all. It's really flimsy, you'll see. So these small bits are just super annoying to cut out. I mean, the fits are like so tight where it's hard to just push out by hand and it's hard to cut out. But I got it all out in the end after a while. Here I am attaching parts to the fin landing gear type thing. This honestly wasn't too bad. All the slotted things, they do fit in very well. But I don't know, I didn't really enjoy working with the cardstock. So now we're putting stuff on the body tube. It's a really small body tube. Yeah, it's like a really strange build. You'll see there's no nose cone. Here we are attaching the centering ring type things and putting on the landing gear and fin. This was actually pretty simple. That was really satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. These parts fit in well, but it's, again, more cardstock. It's flimsy. Didn't really like it. This piece was fine, like the big outer ring. And then this also, I believe it was a little tight, but it wasn't a big issue. So then we finally put on this like antenna thing, and we just painted it on some like silver, just a little bit of detailing. Nothing too fancy, I'm not gonna lie. Kept it really simple. I was feeling lazy. And then you'll see me go into the decals. They're water slide, cut them out, but I didn't use most of them. I just used like 3, I think, on the outer ring. That's all I thought I needed. You'll see them. The rest is just like whatever, you know. Again, I didn't really like this build. I'm not gonna lie. When it came out interesting, I just didn't love the build. But yeah, that's the build. Okay, hello guys. This is the finished Space Corps Lunar Scout. This whole rocket, all done. Um, I think I'll record like a, what's it called? Um, Voiceover for the time lapse. So we'll see what I said, but I probably talked about the building. But just to recap, I really did not like this build process at all. I just don't like working with the cardstock. I think it's not as fun as balsa. I'm not gonna lie. This whole thing, and it's cool. You can get some. The stuff all fits together pretty well. Like I had no issues there. As you can see, I did a really in-depth, hardcore job on painting it. Yeah, I did not want to deal with that, dude. So I just put on these two decals right here, put on a little bit of silver metallic paint, and called it a day. But I think it's a pretty unique looking rocket, nonetheless. I'm excited to see it launch. Excuse me when I sneeze. But I'm gonna grab the motor for it just to test with it. But this rocket is kind of cool. It doesn't really rely on a direction charge. I mean, it just comes out the top. You know, hit the tripod. Whoops, this is really crazy noise. So that's kind of cool. A lot more motor flexibility with that. This is kind of a bonus. But I mean, it kind of goes with all these tiny scale rockets. But that's how the motor fits in there. Kind of. How am I supposed to get this out? But I mean, I'll just shoot an ejection out the top, which is kind of unique. But this is the rocket. Do I recommend it? I can't say I do, honestly. Like, if you like the design, you think it's cool, then sure. But you know, for me, most of the value comes from the build process itself. This is a half A34T, by the way, and I just didn't get much out of the build process. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just like the I like a rocket that follows like the traditional format more or less. I don't know. I just didn't like the cardstock. That's the problem. It's just too flimsy. See, don't like that noise. I did leave a lot of decals unused, as you can see. But that is the whole rocket. Thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully get a launch out soon next week. Next week, maybe. And we'll definitely launch this one out. Oh, this is kind of cool. One cool thing. These rings, they do make the fin attachment alignment really easy. These are the launch legs, by the way. Just a little gloss over of the rocket itself. But yeah, hopefully launch later this week. No promises. Can't really promise. I'm a little busy with school now, so the upload schedule is tapering down. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.